everyone. Welcome to Out of the Mouths of Boys. This story is about men's lives. What's inside of their souls. They're going to let you know what's in their own way. They're going to be signing and voicing. From here on out, the play is going to be cool. I want to thank them for coming all the way from Washington, D.C. It's an emerging theater group with the idea of having #MeToo from the men's perspective. The play was written by Nicole Morgan. She's the director as well, and so she's here tonight. I'm very, very proud of her, very supportive. I hope you guys enjoy tonight with the brothers in the barbershop.
The barbershop. More specifically, the barbershop in a black neighborhood is like the church for black men and boys. It is where you go to banter about everything from who won or lost or should have, whether it's sport, whatever sport of the season it is. On any given day, you could walk in on a full-blown argument about whether Biggie or Tupac was the greatest rapper alive, depending on what kind of neighborhood you live in, meaning the degree of hood. You might have a guy that comes in selling mixtapes, cantaloupes, or the latest Louis Vuitton bag and bootleg perfume for that special lady in your life. And speaking of ladies, no matter what else you talk about, from God, Allah, to sneakers, the one unifying conversation in barbershops across America is about women. After all, why else would men go to the barbershop if not for women, or men, depending on how you go? But I digress. See, if men didn't think anyone was looking, we'd all be walking around looking like Neanderthals. But alas, the prospect of a lover's embrace leads men and young men to the head doctor every week, the barbershop. It's not only where you go to get your head sculpted, your mind sculpted too. For millions of men, crossing over the threshold of the door of the barbershop is the equivalent of a rite of passage. Hey, so it's prom day, huh? You trying to do something new?
Yeah, I'm trying to do something new, all right.
You got a date or you going by yourself?
Show you my phone. Bam!
All right. Let me. I hope you ain't planning on going out there and disrespecting those young ladies after the prom.
Man, ain't nobody trying to do nothing like that. Come on now.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't know what to do with it anyway. You do know there's a difference between what you see on TV and real life, right?
I ain't been no virgin since I was 15.
15! Man, by the time I was 15, I was already married. That's because you were 162 years old. There was nothing else to do back then. Hey, I think I got it in when I was about 11 or 12. Yeah, I might have been younger than that. I might have been younger than that. Hey, y'all remember that game called Hide and Get It? Like, do I? They might as well call it Hide and Come Get It. Man, girls around my way was fast as shit. You know how those project chicks are. Man, I haven't thought about my first time in years. But I remember it like it was yesterday. Her name was Brenda. Brenda Simpson. She was about 13 or 14. And I remember she had these big ass titties that were bouncing up and down with every stroke. I mean, I was really too young to know what I was doing for real. But I figured it out. Hey, by the time I had my first time, I watched so much porn, I thought I was a professional. My brother and his friends were always sneaking some girl over the house. My mother was always at work. Then she started going to night school, so she was at home. There was always some hot little girl, my brother and them constantly coming over. Next thing you know, I hear them in there saying, "Ooh, baby, just let me put the head in." Oh, man. The stuff that I saw was crazy. I definitely tried to do too much. Got a cramp in my ass and almost had a damn asthma attack. What about you, young blood? Your first have a fat ass?
Unlike you all, I'm a gentleman, and I don't need to kiss and tell. Let's just say I get mine.
Oh, so you get yours, huh?
Yes.
All right, Mr. I gets mine.
I have a question. Do I?
Hey, it's crazy out there. You coming?
Am I coming? Am I coming? That's what my brother's friend asked me as he held onto my shoulders and forced, well, not forced. Maybe I don't know. But he was inside of me, and he was. I wanted to scream, but I didn't. I didn't know if I wanted to scream because it hurt so fucking badly, or because I felt so exposed. Funny thing is that in the moment, I wondered if this is what it feels like for girls. I have so many questions now. I couldn't ask anything then. There were very few words exchanged. And if there was talking, it was mostly him saying things like, "Come here," and "Relax." Relax? Re-fucking-lax? There was no way I could relax. I mean, am I gay now? What does this even mean? What did I do? And with all those girls around, why did he choose me? I mean, I didn't hate it, I guess. I don't know. What I do know now is that this isn't the kind of first time story I've ever heard in the barbershop.
Hey, hey, it's crazy out here. Are you coming?
Yeah. I'm coming.
I was transferred to a new unit. I was nice, quiet, so I got along with everyone. There was this one lady officer that took a liking to me. I didn't pay her any attention because I wasn't trying to get no time out of it. Every time I'd be in the library cleaning, she'd come in and talk to me. I've always been a good listener. My mama said being a good listener is what separates real men from an asshole. So I try to be a good listener. People tell me all kinds of things. And I just listen. I don't judge. I just listen. One day she come in and asked me,
So, how long you been here and what you miss most about being home?
but before I can answer good, she pushed me up against the wall and I'm like, go on. Stop. You know I can't do that. Go on now.
So, I've been watching you and I know you ain't gay. And I know you ain't one of them delusional niggas talking about they straight but they prison gay. So I'm trying to give you a little, present for being such a good friend.
Thank you. But, you know I can't. I don't want no trouble. And I got a wife at home waiting.
So you can't or you won't? You mean to tell me you don't even want to touch this pussy? It's wet, it's warm, and it's ready. I know you miss it. Come on, baby, touch it. I promise. It's good.
I appreciate the offer, but you know I can't do that. If somebody walk in here, I'm going to be put in a hole, and that's going to fuck me up from getting home. Not personal. Just got a few more months, and I'm going to try to mess it up.
Listen, we covered. I got it, baby.
No, you covered. I ain't trying to be the inmate that get caught fucking the CO and then can't get home. I got a wife. You beautiful. You beautiful. You are. But I can't. And I don't want you to lose your job, neither.
Oh, so you looking out for me now. Okay, let me get this straight. So first you reject me, and now you want to pretend you're looking out for me?
It's not like that. Hey, I don't want no trouble. Please, please, stop.
Shit. For a nigga say he don't want no pussy, you sure are hard. Why don't we ask your dick what you really, really want? Oh, shit. You was trying to keep all this dick to yourself? Damn! Oh, shit. Baby. Baby.
I ain't your baby.
Baby.
Please, stop.
Baby. Ah! Shit! Listen. your hands to your motherfucking sides.
And then she dropped down to her knees. Started trying to take my pants down. Please. Please.
That's it, baby.
Stop.
That's it. Give me all of that shit. Give me all that cum. I wanna feel you in all of my. No, not right now. Not right now. I need to feel all of you. Stop acting like you don't want it. Listen, you got the rest of your life to take care of your wife. Tonight, you gotta take care of me. Come
Please.
on.
Please.
Are you still fighting, inmate? Are you still fighting? Are you directing and disobeying an order, inmate? Do you want to be reported for insubordination or assaulting an officer?
No.
Do you?
No, ma'am.
That's what the fuck I thought. So get yourself together and come finish what you started. A bitch is wet as fuck.
And with that, she reached to take down her pants. I didn't even let her finish. I grabbed her pants and panties and ripped them down in one motion, bent her ass over the table, pushed her face down and closed my eyes and wore that ass out. I thought it would be the end of it, but it wasn't. After a while, her and the other ladies would come taking turns coming to get me out of my cell. I felt so ashamed and guilty that I stopped letting my wife come to visit. She came for a conjugal. I couldn't even get it up. Imagine that. I've been treated like a fucking animal for so long that my body couldn't even register. So how to manage the gentleness of my wife's touch. I tried to report it, but I lost the nerve on the way to the warden's office. Who in the world want to believe me? Mom always told me to be a good listener. Why in the world did she didn't listen to me?
All right. Now, imagine going to college and you're working your ass off to get to the top of your class. Late nights, early mornings, keeping your part-time love life intact. And then graduation finally comes and you get your dream job. But you're working your way to the top again. But if you're black, it feels like the race that you're climbing and that rope that you're climbing is filled with the oil, tar. But you work, you innovate, you problem solve, you stay presentable, only to arrive early in the morning and to be met at the elevator and you hear,
Good morning, gorgeous. What's wrong? No smile for me today?
and then it's,
I know you're married, but everyone needs friends, right? Come on. You can't come in here looking all good and smelling like that. You know chocolate is my weakness.
and it gets worse, much worse.
You want to go out for a drink?
That's code for,
Do you want to have an affair?
or,
Can we fuck and you not get all attached?
now heaven forbid, you refuse any of their advances. Then it becomes,
Oh, you a bitch ass nigga. You know he probably gay, right? Nigga probably got a little dick anyway.
Hold up, hold on, hold on. Why do I have to have a little dick because I refuse to accept any of the advances? Now, is gay supposed to be an insult? And why is the size of my genitals describing my manhood? What do you mean I seem upset? Huh. Oh, I know what this is. Well, all right now. Now, show me your teeth. Ha, show me your teeth. Now, show me your arms. Show 'em how strong you are. Now, turn around now. Turn around. Now, show 'em your backs. Now, you see, these niggas don't got any stripes on their back. See, they listen to good niggas. Now, turn around now. Turn around. Now, show 'em your hearts.
My heart? We ain't got no heart.
Wait a minute. What you mean you ain't got no heart?
Master said we ain't got no heart. We don't feel nothing. He said that we had a heart, we could feel pain. We ain't supposed to feel pain. Master said he know we don't feel pain. That's how come we can. He could tear my family apart and rape my wife. He said he know we don't feel nothing. That's how come I could take a bullet. A whip like we do. We ain't got no hearts. We ain't got no heart, so we're not capable of feeling things like love, joy, satisfaction, fear, camaraderie, compassion, shame, regret, sadness. We like beasts in the field, he said. That's how come we can't be monogamous with just one woman. We fuck anything moving because discretion is with people with brains and people with hearts. And we ain't got no hearts. We ain't got no heart, so we can't be loyal. We only know how to give in to our primal instincts. We animals. We ain't got no self-control. You got to be able to think to have self-control. And we don't think. We animals. Animals have no respect for ourselves, our bodies. We are expected to lay dick on command, stand at attention at all times, and never get tired, because we're only good for what we can do with our bodies. And that's a good thing, because you don't need hearts for that. You ain't got no hearts. All right. Now, it seems like the auction is closed now. I'm so sorry. If y'all could just come back tomorrow, please. Now, something's got wrong with the niggas. I don't know what's going on. Okay, y'all come. History. I've read in the book about who I was before slavery. Nations were built on my back. No, I don't need no new friends. No, I don't have a small dick neither, and you still can't get none. It's reserved for the one love in my life. We have heart and respect for you. So hear us now and respect us too. Know that when you treat us like brainless niggas with big cocks, you're perpetuating Master's message all the way from the auction block. When talking about abuse survivors,
Mom and Dad, I know you think I should feel sorry for not going to Uncle Charles's funeral. But I'm not. See, he wasn't the man that everybody thought he should be. See, we were close. We were intimately acquainted, but you didn't want to hear that back then. Maybe now? You see, when you used to drop me off at his house, and before I could even walk in the driveway, you would speed off. And there he was, with open arms, waiting for me. See, it happened that way many, many times before, but on this day, it could be different. See, instead of watching cartoons like we used to do, see, Uncle Charles wanted to show me his special movies. And he was so excited to show me. See, my 9-year-old brain couldn't understand what was happening. Women after women on their knees, being debased in ways while I just couldn't understand. And then I looked over to Uncle Charles, and there he was, stick in his hand. And he told me to come over. And he forced me to hold his hand while he jacked off. Now, see, stupid 9-year-old me, I believed when he said, "Oh, that's how you get the devil out." But I learned. See, my 10-year-old self, I would learn how to hold his dick. So when he come, it wouldn't get on my face or on my clothes. You remember you dropped me off at his house again? And he took me to school. And he saw me talking with Tina Harrison. When I went back to the car and we got home, he beat me. But he never touched my face, but there was a giant bruise in my heart. So he forced me to bring Tina back to his house. I mean, really, who says no? Pastor Charles O'Malley. He forced us to have sex and do things that those people in his special movies were doing. Now, if we refused, he beat me. So when she got pregnant the next year, I didn't know if the baby was mine, Uncle Charles's, or any of the other boys in his sex dungeon. Remember you called them, his foster kids. So when that next year, going to the family reunion, I didn't think he would go because, he said I looked too much like a man because I started growing pubic hair. So I thought I was safe. So then I went to the store. But when I came back, I couldn't find my son. My heart ached when they told me that he was downstairs with Uncle Charles. I don't know how I got there. I just knew, I just showed up. And there he was, my son, sitting on the edge of the chair, watching Nutty Professor. My son was safe. But I knew that I had to keep everyone else's sons and daughters that way. Now, here's the thing. Everyone is wondering how this great man of God, this pillar of the community, how he could take his own life. Well, the truth is, he didn't. See, I couldn't just stand there and look at him how the way he looked at my son. So I decided that I was going to finally confront him, right? But when I got there, he was sitting in that same nasty ass chair. But when he looked at me, I saw nothing but pure evil in his eyes. And I was scared. That same 9-year-old boy again. But then I looked up and I saw picture frames full of pictures. My son. So I walked over and I pulled a picture frame around, and the inscription said, Tommy Jr., love, sis. This nasty ass nigga probably jacked off when he saw pictures. He had done too much. He had taken too much. So I decided to take the only thing he had left to offer. His life. You see, now, before things started getting really bad, he used to take me on these special camping trips. And he used to show me how to make these special ropes. I used to practice on myself many times before. So I decided take one and tie it around his neck. Oh, he struggled at first, but when I kicked the chair, the dangling in his eyes, his life draining, that restored me. Now you see, I tried to tell you, but you wouldn't listen. You told me that I was complaining and stop saying bad things about your brother. You said that my punishment for whining was staying with him. I tried to tell you, but you wouldn't listen. So, maybe now you'll listen. If not, at least you can have the decency to keep my secret the same way you kept his. For those who have fallen and taken your own life, cast off the guilt. Call them by name, whether it be your preacher, the Baptist churches, your Rev so-and-so. Cast out the darkness. Tell everyone. Let the whole world know.
And know that it's never, ever your fault. Sex is never consensual between a child and an adult. And even if he says he loves you and he cares, his grown-ass hand should never be in your underwear.
You don't have to be ashamed anymore. Let the truth come out and set you free. Let's hold hands, heal each other with our stories, and pray that they burn eternally.
Dear Mr. Supposed to be man of the club, I'm healed now, but no thanks to you. I was a young boy, impressionable, looking for guidance. I didn't know to question the things we do.
Dear Mr. Supposed to be man of the cloth, I'm gay now, but was I back then? Back when you touched my innocence away? Did I like girls, or has it always been men? You said to touch you would be an honor, that I would be of service to Christ. But who knew that honor would feel so dirty that I'd try to take my own life?
Dear Mr. Supposed to be man of the cloth, I lied to my mom about the blood in my shorts. I told her I hurt myself at school. Something about boys and sports. The truth is I haven't stopped bleeding since Sunday. I'm scared and I don't know what to do. The scariest part is my questions about God. If you represent him, is he a pedophile too? Dear Mr. Supposed to be man of the cloth, I hope you burn in hell for the things you did. You preyed on the most innocent of your flock. God damn it, I was just a fucking kid. You manipulative, sick, dirty bastard. I pray that what you did will come back to you. I pray you get arrested and thrown in jail and some grown-ass man makes you his boo. I hope he holds your head and make you gag. Get up in the morning and call you a fag. Actually, no. That would be too kind and not what you deserve. You strut around talking about Catholic priests with your hypocritical self. You got some fucking nerve. How dare you stand up as a man of anything after taking advantage of the trust we gave you? We were too young and too fucked up to know or notice that it was your plan to make us all slaves to you. What's worse is that you did it in the name of love. So now I can't give or receive love right. With every stroke you doom me to live in darkness. Your nut diminish my light. Stupidly, we all thought we were special. We all thought we were the chosen one. And we were special. But not for the reason you said. You just like fucking little boys. When talking about abuse survivors, they often do so in discussion of their bravery, their resilience. They never really talk about the events leading up to it, especially when we're talking about kids. It's almost as if the abuse happened in a vacuum and no one can see it coming. And sometimes, adults, people can't. But what about when they can? We read in headlines all the time about woman's boyfriend who puts baby in bathtub or burn them in microwaves or some shit every day. You mean to tell me there were no red flags? Nothing? Sometimes bad kids act out as a cry for help. They are on a roller coaster called life that's propelling them towards things they can't stop and are too young to comprehend, and they can't stop it. It's only when somebody cries out, what happened to the boys who grew up too fast, catapulted into adulthood before their time? I'll tell you what, they grow up to be men who think and act like children with fake guns but real bullets that do real damage. Real damage to men, women, boys, and girls alike, but mostly to themselves. They function, but the roller coaster has made their vision blurry, and they can only exist when coloring outside the lines.
first man I ever knew was my mother's husband. And I don't mean like knew, like we met. I mean, I knew him in the biblical sense. He never really did like me. You can tell from that first introduction. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was sitting in the living room with my big brother Jeffrey, and we were watching TV. Mom had been gone for a couple of weeks, and that wasn't out of the ordinary. She was a traveling nurse, and she was gone all the time. So when she walked in, I was elated to see her. Our smiles quickly faded when I saw this strange man walking beside her, and she was sporting a wedding ring. She stopped smiling too when she saw me with my feet crossed at the ankles, sporting one of her baddest wigs and her pumps. This is what I did when I missed her. But the look on her face tells me that she didn't share that with her new beau. He looked disgusted, and I could just tell if he was here to stay, hard times were ahead.
It was beautiful, really. The perfect storm for chaos. An absent and neglectful parent. A little boy whose self-esteem will be cut down before he even had a chance to develop. Add to that a homophobic asshole who really didn't want to be involved with women with kids. Made my job easy.
It wouldn't be long before he was trying to get my mom to take me out of dance classes. He told her little black boys belong in Pop Warner, and all that faggot shit was why I was wearing dresses in the first place. At least she had the wherewithal to know that taking me out of dance class would be the equivalent of removing breath from my body. He'd just be so frustrated with her that he'd go out drinking or whatever until all hours of the night. Then he'd come back and whoop my ass. I guess he knew he couldn't beat her, and I seemed like an easy target. Dance was my everything. My salvation, my escape, my voice.
People kill me. Always talking about their escapes. There's no escaping or eluding me. I'm always there. Where there's chaos, I'm there. I am darkness. And I'm strategic in my maneuvers. I have a way of getting into even your safe spaces.
When I was about 12, I had a big dance recital.
Don't you mean we had a big dance recital?
My dance teacher was very progressive. She loved me so much that she decided to turn Swan Lake on its head and cast me as a principal ballerina when the female lead fractured her foot in rehearsal. All of the dance moms were mad, but I couldn't worry about that. I ran home to call my mom and tell her but she was out of town again for work and was coming home the next day for the show. But my heart sank when she told me that she was going to miss the show because the airlines canceled all the flights back home due to weather. She tried to assure me and told me that Gerald, her husband, would be there to support. And she was so apologetic. But no one would be more sorry than I would. The show was amazing. It was a dream come true. But when I got home, the nightmare began. My mom, she didn't know, but Gerald refused to come to the show. He said,
I'm not paying $5 to come see you prance around like a little fag.
and he didn't come. He dropped me off and went to get drunk at a local bar. When he came back to get me, an hour after everyone else had left, I was still on a high. And none of his taunting would bother me that night. I had to wait for him to finish drinking whatever was in his bottle before we could even drive off.
Hey, fat. Did you have a good time there dancing in your little tutu? Got makeup on your face and shit? What? What the hell happened to you anyway? Why are you like this? Answer me. Answer me. Is this why your real daddy left? He was too ashamed to have a girl for a son.
We couldn't get to the house fast enough. I immediately ran to my room, turned on my music as loud as I could, and I let my mind roll back to just 3 hours ago when everyone stood on their feet and yelled my name. I was a star. Then he busted into my room.
Turn that goddamn music down.
Why? It's my room.
Boy!
I wanted to drown out the voice of Gerald in my head.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Too bad you can't have an abortion after they get here and see that they're broken. That's what you are. A broken little fat. You ain't never gonna be shit. You ain't even that good of a dancer. Couldn't you just pretend to be normal for a date so I don't have to be sick looking at you prance around the house? You're gonna act like a man when you're around me. Hey, dog, come and fetch. Fetch me something to eat. That's what the women in this house are good for. Service. Do as you're told. Come on, little boy, girl. Do as you're told. And I don't want to hear no shit about it from your mother. Meaning, you better keep your mouth closed. I'm going to teach you how to be a man around me.
I needed that white knight.
Oh, now you can talk. Oh, now going, huh? Where you? You want to be a woman? You want to behave like a woman? Fine. You're a goddamn woman.
No! 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 Stop! Stop! Stop!
The first man that I ever knew was my mother's husband. Dear women who are too trusting in men who you don't really know. Watch your boys wherever they go. And listen to the still voices and the warnings in your head, or else you may share the blame for why your man is in his bed. Oh, the things the desperate will make you do. Don't be so hard up, the desperate makes a fool out of you. If you choose to fuck with fools and have your fun, be sure those fools don't mess around and fuck your sons.
Now, son, you're getting older. And I noticed that the young ladies are taking a liking to you. You're getting taller now. Your voice is getting deeper. You're a D1 bound athlete. Next thing you know, the NBA and the NFL are going to be checking for you. You think you're grown, but you ain't. I can still take you. But seriously, I'm your father. And it's my job to make sure you know everything you know before you go out there and call yourself a man. Let me tell you a story. I was at home one day checking the mail. And in there was a letter from the Office of Child Support. I knew it was addressed to the wrong person. I mean, because I always kept it wrapped up. I ain't never had my stuff. I was confused. I didn't think anything of it. I knew it had to be a misunderstanding. So I called the number in the letter, and they told me that there was a hearing in 3 weeks, and that if I was challenging paternity, that they would hear my defense then. I wasn't challenging paternity. I knew this was all just a misunderstanding. Nevertheless, I told them that I would show up just to clear things up. Right before I walked in, your mother comes up behind me and grabbed me by my arm. I was surprised to see her there because I didn't tell her about my court date. I just didn't want her to think anything funny. I mean, you know how women can be. She asked me if we could sit down and talk, and she sat me down. I told her I only had just a minute because I had to go take care of something. She said she knew. And then she started crying. At first, they were small, singular tears. Then it looked like someone turned on the faucet. She was bawling. Somewhere in there, I heard bits and pieces of things that I had to put together to get to the truth of what she was saying. What she told me was, one night she came over to the house after we broke up. She heard that I was talking to someone else, and she wanted to come over to see if we could work things out. We've been together for about 3 years. She wanted to settle down. I thought we needed a break. But she convinced me to come over and have just one drink. She put ketamine in my glass. And while I was unconscious, she did her thing. See? Even while I sleep, that old boy was still working. Anyway, she said that she knew that if we had a baby together, that I wouldn't leave her. She was right. I was pissed. It took me a while to get over it. I didn't see her for almost a year, but then I knew why. But there was no way that I was going to bring a baby into this world and not be a part of his life. We didn't go into the courtroom that day. She dropped the charges. The next day I met you. And there was no question that you was my son. You looked just like me. You were 3 months old at the time. So I did the right thing and I married your mother, and we've been together ever since. Your grandmother thought I should have had her thrown in jail for sexual assault. I laughed at first. But maybe she had a point. It's complicated. My point is, son, that girls are tricky. So, picture it. I'm a black man just trying to get my education on. I'm a scholar, not a thug. I'm an intellectual trying to change the statistics, beat the odds. Yet, as much as I am trying to beat them, the odds work and very much still are stacked against me. But I was still pushing through. Like Harriet, I was finding my way to get to my promised land. Freedom. And freedom for me was being Dr. So-and-so. Listen, I'm going to tell you a story and you tell me what you do. I'm out with a group of friends in my cohorts. And we're with this, insert shiny name, professor. He's actually more than a professor. He's the guy that, if you know him and are in his good graces, the world is your oyster. I need that oyster. I'd worked my ass off to get to this point of my senior year at insert shiny name school, and I wanted my mother beat her. So, we're out, and everyone is having a good time. We all parked at the professor's house and carpooled to our destination. I was the last to leave when I got back. I had a little car trouble and I was waiting for AAA to arrive. While we waited, the professor asked if I'd like to wait inside my house. I didn't think anything of it. There were no internal alarms going off, so I said yes. We get inside and I'm invited to sit on this 3-seater section. Oh my God. The house was amazing. Immaculately clean and clearly something that I was sure would easily be in the millions if I looked up its value on Zillow. Not that I do that anyway when I'm visiting other people's houses. Anyway, I digress. So, I'm sitting on the couch and this beautiful, hairless, Peter Ball cat comes strutting by and rubs his body on my leg. Yes, I said Peter Ball cat. I am a cat lover and a vegan. I told you I'm defying the stereotype. Anyway, the cat comes by and I bend down to play with it. While I'm bent down playing with the cat, I started to feel a little heat on the back of my neck. And I'm like, what's that? So I lean halfway up and I see that the professor has closed the gap between us and is now waiting for me with very kiss-expectant eyes to come back up so he can, what? I'm praying that it's not to kiss me. And then I just bend back down and try to weigh my options. A, I could run. But AAA isn't here to fix my car. And where am I going to go? B, I could scream. But who's going to hear me? C, I could just let him kiss me. But I am a 23-year-old black man with the body of Poseidon. And my potential kiss mate is a 65-year-old white man that looks like he could be Bill Gates' grandfather. I mean, respect to the Gates legacy, but I don't want that shame on my face or my lips. Well, I've been down for what feels like 30 minutes now, and it's decision time. I sit back up, and on the way up decide to tell him that I have a man. Before I could get it out, he put his hand on my dick. I'm like, what the? I didn't see his old ass being that bold, but he was. For a second, I was speechless. Before I could regain my composure, he says, I got your email requesting a letter of recommendation. I started it, but just needed a little bit of her inspiration. Then as fast as it started, he withdrew his hand. I sighed a very weighted sigh of relief and bowed my head. I escaped the worst. I looked down to gather my thoughts and closed my eyes. In a split second it took for me to gather my thoughts, he managed not only to stand up, but to walk over to me with his, I don't know what to call it, out. And then he says, so inspire me, and beckons me to the floor to service him. Now I have a new set of options. A, but need I say again that I am a young black man, and it won't matter what I was here for, and that I don't know the latest, most unintelligible rap song out? I would be branded a thug and used for target practice when they arrive. B. Where the fuck is Triple A? C. Did he say he did write my letter? He didn't confirm receipt of my email. Wait. Am I getting ready to fuck my way into a fellowship? Is this the academic equivalent of a casting couch? Oh, God. I think I'm going to be sick. So that's the end of my story, folks. What do you mean, what did I do? Does that really matter? The point was just to show you that perversion knows no bounds. It doesn't respect gender, sexual orientation, race, economic status, nothing. It is the one thing that truly is an equal opportunity. I have two questions for you though. One, what would you do? And two, is there a hashtag for me?
My God! This.
hear those who have fallen and taken their own lives, leaving behind grieving mothers, daughters, sisters, and wives. We pray that you find your wings and are flying high on the other side. I am a black man, but I once was a 6-year-old boy who grew up in a house where men controlled the narrative. Women didn't have a voice. So how could I not grow up to be that same kind of male chauvinistic bully? I didn't think of it like that then, but that's what my daddy was. And who doesn't want to grow up to be just like their daddy? I am a black man, but I once was a 9-year-old boy, trapped between my relationship with my mom, the Lord, and the truth. See, I cried out when the family tie was tied too tightly around my neck like a noose that thought I was going to die from not being able to breathe. And I told him I didn't like it when he touched me in that way. I was told that little black boys don't bring shame to their family. And no one was going to believe me anyway, because all little black boys lie. And please, don't cry. I am a black man, but I once was an 11-year-old boy, just wanting to have fun with my friends, and a girl who may have seen too much, heard too much, been touched too much, touched me. Where was the voice in the back of my head to tell me that my body was precious and to not let anyone touch it? Just like my mom did my sister. If her body was precious just because she was a girl, then what does that say about mine? Is everything about me expendable? I am a black man, but I once was a 13-year-old boy, confused about my sexuality, so I went to go talk to my pastor, my priest. At first, he probed me with questions. Then he probed my mouth with his tongue. And over time, his probing became more invasive. So when I walked out, more confused than when I walked in, I was reminded to keep our secret and to not tell anyone. Oh, and please, don't cry. And do tell your mom and dad I said hi. What? So no wonder, growing up, I mishandled things and people, participated in self-destructive behavior because I didn't know how to love me. I couldn't communicate without lying. And even my vocal cord of truth was weak. And when you struck it, I still couldn't speak.
That is, until I found someone who made me feel loved. Someone who I could talk to. Really talk to. And for the first time, I did. I cried. And I cried. I cried for all the times I couldn't cry before. I cried for the 16-year-old with the homophobic stepfather who ironically planned to fuck the gay away. I wept for the young man with the aunt or mom who blurred the lines in an effort to make sure he knew exactly what he was doing before he went out there. How to really please a woman. What type of wild shit is that? But it's real. And her love was real. And her hugs were real. So real that it was able to heal me enough that I may talk to others. And as they shared, they cried. Some like me for the first time. And we told each other that it was okay. Because it was. We had lived to tell the tale and tell the tale we must. But others didn't make it. The noose was tied too tightly around their neck and no one got to them in time. But there's freedom and fresh air in letting it all out. We are black men, but we could easily be white or Jewish or Muslim or a woman. Because sexual perversion has no respect of gender and knows no boundaries. And neither does hate or love. So let's choose love and start with ourselves. Drown out evil and bring down the white noise so that we may be sensitive to hear the plea that comes out of the mouths of boys.